Good evening, Owen. It's Charlie from next door. Oh, hi. Do you need something? Felix came over to our garden, so he's with us now. Felix? Oh, sorry. I apologize for him bothering you. No, he's no trouble at all. I just thought you might be worried about him being gone, that's all. Ah, well, thanks for letting me know. I'll get Isabel to train him properly. Well, Salma and I are more than happy for Felix to visit. My wife and I both love cats. Right. Personally, I don't like cats. Oh, really? She was a stray cat that my wife picked up out of pity. I'm more of a dog guy. Well, dogs are cute too, aren't they? Dogs listen to their owners too. They're easy to train. But Felix must really love Isabel. That's the problem. Huh? He's just like Isabel. He won't listen. They're both useless. Well, kittens do need to just sleep or play, don't they? They like their freedom too. It feels like a waste to feed such a lazy creature. I wish Isabel would spend more time on learning how to cook rather than wasting it on that cat. But I bet Isabel's cooking is great. Your dinner always smells so good. Really? My wife and I both work full-time, so we're both too tired to cook most of the time. I'm jealous of your home cooking. Not at all. My wife is a stay-at-home, so of course she should have dinner ready for me when I come home. Still, I think it's impressive to make dinner every day. But her cooking is so bad, lol. I think we'd be better off buying pre-made food from the supermarket. Yesterday's dinner was almost inedible, so I told her yesterday. Oh, is that why you guys were being so rowdy yesterday? Huh? Oh, I wondered if it was an argument. We thought we could hear shouting, so Salma and I were worried. Oh, that. Isabel got hysterical. She did? I'm surprised. I thought she seemed like a quiet person. Women can sometimes go berserk when a switch flips, right? She may have been shouting, but it was all incoherent nonsense. I didn't realize you could hear it too. Sorry that the noise bothered you. Well, that's okay. But it was just an argument between husband and wife. How embarrassing. Well, one way of looking at it is that you get along well enough to be honest with each other. Yeah, it's as you say. I'd better take Felix back to your house soon. Oh, I don't want to trouble you. I'll send Isabel. Oh, okay. Then I'll be waiting.
Thank you for taking care of Felix last night, Charlie.
No, it was our pleasure, Isabel. We enjoyed petting him. Ah.
That's great. I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you for long last night. Owen wanted me back home quickly.
Don't worry about that. But anyway, is the bruise on your face all right, Isabel?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You said you fell over. But it was pretty swollen, so you'd better get it checked by a doctor.
No, really, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Can you say thank you to Salma for lending me an ice pack? I'll pop over and give it back at some point.
There's no rush. I just hope it heals all right.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think Owen will mind if it leaves a mark.
What?
Oh, oops. Sorry, I didn't mean anything by that.
You don't need to apologize all the time. We're neighbors. You don't have to be like that with me. Just don't argue too much with Owen.
Argue? Is that what Owen told you happened?
Yeah, I was just concerned about the shouting, so I asked him. Is that wrong?
No, that's right. Can I ask you a favor?
What is it?
It could be a problem if Owen finds out that you know about my injury. So could you not mention it to him?
A problem? What do you mean?
Oh, no, it's nothing. He just wants to keep certain things to ourselves.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe it's rude to ask, but did you really get that injury from just falling over?
Yes, because I'm so clumsy.
Right. You know, there's something I've been meaning to say.
Yes?
The other day wasn't the first time I've heard shouting from your house.
Well, you see, I don't always meet Owen's expectations. So we end up arguing.
Owen says you got hysterical, but it didn't sound that way to me. It sounded more like you were afraid.
No, I think you were just hearing things, Charlie.
Then that's fine. Another thing, Isabel. Do you know the hand signal for when you're in trouble?
Hand signal?
You tuck your thumb against your palm, then close your other fingers. If you want to get away from Owen, you can make that hand signal anytime.
Charlie, thanks. I appreciate you telling me, but I don't think I'll ever need it. Sorry.
See? Again. Apologizing again.
Oh, you're right. It's a habit.
You haven't done anything wrong, so you don't need to apologize.
No, it's my fault for being stupid.
You should stop being so negative about yourself.
Oh, okay. I almost said sorry again.
Lol. Let me see Felix again sometime. Salma's looking forward to it too.
Of course. Anytime.
Is everything all right, Owen? What? I heard something really loud just now. Who even are you? Huh? I'm Charlie from next door. What? Owen, are you drunk by any chance? Oh, Charlie! That's so funny! I thought I heard something shattering, but are you okay? Oh yeah, it shattered everywhere. What shattered? Some plates. Now I don't have to eat that idiot's awful food. You broke plates? You did, Owen. No, not me. The hysterical woman. It's all her fault. Is anyone injured? You're so nosy. Who do you think you are, sticking your nose in? Owen, can I head over to your house now? Why? Because I'm worried about you and Isabel. What is with you? Are you a superhero? I can't stop laughing. I'm going there now. Don't. You don't need to. But I called Isabel just now and she didn't pick up. What? What is all this? Aren't you a little too friendly with my wife? Stop screwing around. No, that's not it. I have Salma. Besides, Isabel isn't like that. I know that. She can't do anything without me. So, where is Isabel? What is she doing now? What? You're an outsider, so drop it, lol. This is a problem between us, so don't butt in. Maybe neither of you want me involved. You got that right. We don't need your help. Stay away.
Sorry about earlier, Charlie. I couldn't pick up the phone.
It's fine. I'm glad you texted back, Isabel. Your husband seems rather rowdy, but is everything okay?
He's always a bit hyper when he's drunk. But he's not a bad person.
Well, I guess you would know best.
Anyway, have you seen Felix?
Oh? He's gone?
Yeah. I thought he might be over at your place again.
No, I haven't seen him today.
I see.
Is Owen helping you look as well?
No, not Owen. It's my fault anyway. It's because I haven't trained him properly.
Isabel, is this the first cat you've had?
Huh? Yes, that's right. I've always liked cats. But my late mother had a cat allergy. I saw Felix at the park, so I brought him home.
I get it. Felix is very cute.
I know, right? My photo album is full of pictures of Felix.
If he's your first, that's even more of a challenge. Why don't you get Owen to help out?
I'm not sure he'll agree. I'm the one who's selfish for keeping him when he doesn't want a cat.
But he's your husband, so he could be a little more cooperative.
He won't do that. Look, you really don't need to worry about it.
It's not fine at all, though, is it? As your neighbor, I'm worried.
I can find Felix alone. Sorry.
Owen said you broke some plates earlier. But did you really break them?
Those plates were owned by my parents before. They were a keepsake of my mother, but they all broke. It's a shame.
Owen broke them, didn't he? Could it be that he also injured your face, too?
Yes.
We should report him. To the police.
What? No, it's fine. It's because I'm stupid, so I'll end up angering him. If I stop annoying him, it'll be fine.
I'm sorry to say, but you're cursed. That's a classic abuse victim's mentality.
Huh?
Owen has worn you down mentally, so you always blame yourself out of habit. If you stay with him, he'll really hurt you one day. In fact, he already has hurt you.
But you can't report him. Owen will be so angry with me.
The next time Owen goes nuts, you should get an audio recording. But only if you can without getting caught. If you can get evidence, we've won.
Evidence? I can't. Please, just leave me alone.
If you, the victim, won't cooperate with me, there's nothing I can do.
Right. I'm sorry to bother you like this.
But Salma and I will be waiting.
Huh?
Sorry to text you so late, Charlie. Have you seen my wife? Oh, Isabel? I haven't. I doubt that that's true. I saw her earlier. Isabel was heading to your house. But really, she hasn't been here. Maybe you're drunk again. I'm sorry about the other day. I was celebrating something that happened at work. Well, that's good. I guess work went well today too? Huh? You were shouting pretty loudly earlier too. I just assumed you must have drunk a lot today too. You know what? I'm going to your house now. Isabel is at your house, isn't she? I'll bring her home. There's no need for that. What? I told you she's not here. But Salma is taking care of Isabel right now. Taking care of? What are you talking about? Felix is here too. Poor kitty. He must have left your house all the time because he was scared of you. Huh? Why is it my fault? He's limping, isn't he? I heard that you kicked him. That's because the darn cat scratched the wallpaper. It's because Isabel doesn't train him. Salma took a look at him. Fortunately, he should heal in 2 to 3 days. Your wife? Oh, you didn't know? Salma's a doctor. She'll get a diagnosis for Isabel's face, too. A diagnosis? For that little bump? It's just because she fell over. Nope. This bruise wasn't from falling. It was clearly from being struck by someone. After looking closely, she has a lot of bruises all over. So Salma says. What is with you? You might say I'm a superhero. That's not funny. Just earlier, when I got your text, I looked in your backyard. I saw Isabel hiding there. She gave us a hand signal. A hand signal? Yes, a hand signal asking for help. Isabel says she's had enough. She's going to press charges against you. What? Press charges? After you kicked Felix, it seems like she finally made the decision. I think that's enough of this nonsense. Stop influencing my wife. This might be considered kidnapping by the law. Isabel is here of her own free will. Your violent actions also gave us some good evidence. Evidence? What evidence? Today, when you shouted and got abusive, Isabel recorded all the audio. That idiot. Thinks she's so smart. She's just making it up. No, she's not. As your neighbors, we'll testify that there was daily violence at your house. Stop butting in. This has nothing to do with you. Don't think you'll get away with this. If we're like superheroes, then you sure do talk like a villain, Owen. Shut up! What right do you think you have to do this? It shouldn't concern you. I'm a crime scene investigator. What? My job. I work as a CSI with the police. You do? If I had the power to arrest you, I would have been over there already to put you in handcuffs. Instead, I'll report you to the police when I get in first thing tomorrow morning. What? You can't be serious. You'll know soon enough if I was lying. Well, not that I'll be the one contacting you directly anymore. Hey, wait. Please, wait a minute. This is a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding, huh? Isabel is a totally hopeless wife. I have to make sure she gets it. Well, maybe I hurt her a little occasionally. But it's just a bit of tough love. Tough love? How insane are you? Owen, this is domestic violence. I don't see it that way. It's just an argument between a married couple. This is not just a simple argument. When a couple argue, they're supposed to be equal. What you were doing was one-sided abuse of the weaker spouse. You can't do this to me. If you do this, do you realize what they'll do to me? I'll be fired. I'll be unemployed. Well, that's your own fault, lol. My life isn't just a joke. And neither is Isabel's. You're such a hypocrite. What's wrong with disciplining my wife? You are a control freak and your ideas are outdated by decades. Maybe you're the one that needs disciplining. Didn't you learn when you were young? You shouldn't hurt other people. I'll introduce Isabel to a divorce specialist lawyer. I'm sure in your case, they'll put a restraining order on you. They can't. Isabel is my wife! You said that she can't do anything without you. But maybe it's you who can't live without her. Please, let me see Isabel. She'll understand if we can just talk. If you supposedly love her so much, you should have treated her well. Let's see. If you want to talk, let's go to the police station. After that, Isabel took Felix with her to move to another state. She got her name legally changed and is living a new life over there. When she said bye to us, she looked relieved and she didn't say sorry. Rather, she said thank you as she left. Owen had to pay Isabel a lot after being sued for emotional and domestic abuse. In addition, he was arrested on counts of domestic violence and was sentenced to jail time. Just today, a new couple moved into the empty house next door to us. They were a very cheerful young married couple who came to greet us cradling a cat each. Right now, I can smell dinner from next door. Salma and I are happily eating our pre-prepared supermarket food together.
Hey, babe. Everything's finally finished. Man, that took a lot out of me.
You mean about your parents' inheritance? Yeah, it took a while, didn't it?
Right? Considering Mom's already gone. And there are no other children or family to contest anything. There was none of the typical trouble you always hear about inheritances. And yet it still managed to drag on forever.
I was thinking the same thing. Well, it's not like we really know anything about inheritances except what we've seen on TV. New things take a lot of time.
I just did what the lawyers told me to. Dad was sick for a long time. We were prepared for him to go, but still. We never really got around to the details of everything.
You and your dad had plenty of other stuff on your minds. At least it's finished now.
Yeah, you're right. I was completely swamped taking care of all this for all of January, it feels like.
I really wish I could have helped you out more. If only my business trip was just a little later. But it sounds like you took care of everything just fine.
I sure hope so. Although, if it turns out that I managed to mess even this up, I just know Dad is going to be rolling his eyes up in heaven and telling Mom that he told her so.
But everything is really finished now? There's no final paperwork or anything like that?
I really hope not. The insurance has already paid out. I'm pretty sure everything has been taken care of.
Good. Well, it sounds like you should be able to take it easy now. Time to get some rest.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, how are you doing? You're in a temporary apartment, right? How is it?
I guess it's growing on me. It's not terrible. At least there's no wife to boss me around all the time.
Hey, you love it. You better believe you'll be getting it with interest this weekend.
Oh god, I need to arrange some overtime. But seriously, it's pretty lonely being all by myself so suddenly. I'm even starting to miss your cooking.
Now that I don't believe for a second.
No, seriously, a bit. Anyway, have you decided what you're going to do with the inheritance money? What about some cooking classes?
Oh, nice job changing the topic.
I do my best. But seriously, you said everything is all finished, right? So, what are you going to do with all the money?
I haven't really decided for sure yet. Maybe just put it into a retirement fund or something?
Eh? Really? What for?
I mean, we're both doing all right in our careers right now. We don't have any kids. I don't feel like I'm really wanting for anything right now. So might as well just set it aside for when we really need it, I thought.
Seriously? You're not going to spend any of it at all?
Basically. It's nice to just have it in case something ever comes up. And if nothing ever does come up, we'll have an extra cushy retirement.
Sounds kind of boring though, doesn't it? Your father worked so hard his whole life to give that money to you. I don't know if the two of us could ever amass quite that much. Don't you think it'd be good to put it to some use and buy something we need?
Like what? I can't really think of anything that we really need is the thing.
I was thinking like a new car or something like that. What do you think?
A car? Do we really need a new car? They both still run just fine if you ask me.
Yeah, but I've put a lot of miles on mine already. And I was just looking at the new models the other day and they're looking pretty nice. Just seems like a good chance to upgrade, don't you think?
I really think you'll be okay with the current one. I'm actually really looking forward to the new light rail station being finished. I'd like to drive less, personally. Plus, you've got a rental car for now anyway, while they've got you out in Nebraska.
Yeah, but they've got a fully electric model out now. Think of all the money that we'd save on gas.
I mean, there are a lot of benefits in switching to electric. But still, we only really even use the cars for shopping and commuting these days. I really think we're fine with what we've got.
A bunch of my coworkers have been upgrading recently, though. I look like a caveman driving around in that gas guzzler. It's embarrassing.
Look, I know that your car is really important to you, and I think it's great you're thinking about the environment. But I don't think we need to bring the inheritance into it. Besides, I'd hardly call a hybrid a gas guzzler. We can't just be switching cars all the time so you can keep up with your coworkers. No amount of money is going to cover that kind of spending.
Ugh, really? I thought it was a good idea, though. You are planning on using the money someday, though, right? Why don't you just let me use a little too?
Not really, to be honest. Let's just let the money collect interest or dividends or whatever. Now, can we please just drop it?
Oh, come on. You really mean to say there's nothing you want to buy? Are you sure you aren't just planning to use the money in secret?
Yeah, I'm going to buy a secret yacht. Grow up. And yeah, there's nothing I can think of that I really want to buy right now, actually. If there was, I would definitely let you know before I bought it.
I wonder. You're not just holding out on me while you enjoy it all.
Okay, seriously, I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to invest the money and that's final. That's the last I want to hear about it, okay?
Yeah, I got it. No need to get so worked up. Just thought I would ask is all.
Well, you've asked. Now leave it be, okay? I know you'd just blow it all if it was up to you.
Well, that's why I always leave all the financial stuff up to you since we got married. I want a new car, a new suit, a new TV. I'm like a saint or something, always waiting so patiently despite these burning desires.
Yeah, the saint who had basically no finances to speak of before we got married. You weren't even able to save up for the wedding. I ended up paying for the whole thing out of pocket.
Yeah, I know. That's my bad. Can we not bring that up anymore, please? I've gotten a lot better since then.
I really wonder. You do an awful lot of grumbling, and it really makes me worry sometimes.
All right already, I said I get it. I'm not going to bring up the inheritance again, okay? My lips are zipped. And it's not like I can get access to it on my own. So, can you get off my back?
All right, sorry. Let's just consider this settled then. And remember that we've got it to take care of us in case there's ever an emergency. And only then.
All right, got it. That's fine with me. It's your money, so you call the shots.
Hey, we need to talk.
I just got out of work and was just about to go get dinner. And I was planning to grab a few drinks tonight as well. Can we talk later?
No. I got a letter today from City Hall informing me that the divorce has been finalized. And when I went to look into it, they told me that you had come in personally to file the paperwork. Do you know anything about this?
Oh, wow. They send you a letter? I had no idea.
What is up with you? You actually did this? You want to get divorced so bad you forged my signature.
I didn't do it. I got Andrew to do your signature. Pretty good, right? Haha. And now we're no longer married. Just like that.
I'm honestly just confused right now more than anything. Why would you do something like that? And why would you and your dumb friend think you would get away with this? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I mean, I certainly didn't think they were going to mail you a notice. That's for sure. But anyway, I guess we're through now, so it doesn't matter. Huh.
It still matters to me. Why did you do this? I never wanted to get a divorce. We never so much as talked about this.
Isn't it obvious? Did you think I was just going to let you keep all of that inheritance to yourself?
Huh? I'm confused. Like, I literally don't understand what you're talking about right now. What does the inheritance even have to do with this?
Wait, do you seriously not know how a divorce works? When people get divorced, they each get half of the money.
Of course I know about that. But what's your point here?
Wow, how are you seriously this dense? You made it very clear that no matter what I said, you weren't going to let me spend any of the inheritance. So I figured that if we got divorced, I would just get half of it anyway.
Are you being serious right now? Are you in a state of shock or something?
Don't get all angry just because you lost half of your inheritance. I kept my promise to the letter.
What promise?
I said my lips were zipped and I wouldn't bring up the inheritance again. So I put through the divorce paperwork without saying anything.
Well, I really hate to spoil your fun, but you're not getting any of the inheritance.
Oh yeah? Why wouldn't I?
In a divorce, marital property is usually split. But inheritances are considered separate property for a single spouse. So they aren't subject to that split. Did you do any research at all?
See, there it is. There's Riley using big words to try and confuse the situation. How many years have we been married now? You think I'm still going to fall for that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, I guess there's no harm in you just carrying on believing whatever you want. I'm not lying, but either way, it's no sweat off my back.
Okay then. Sure, honey. You're putting on a pretty good face considering how much you've lost here. But we're already divorced. There is no point.
Yeah, about that. You're sure you're happy with the way things are right now?
Yeah, duh. That's why I did it. I'll be talking with a lawyer soon, and you'll be hearing from him about my half of the estate. So you might want to start getting all the paperwork in order now.
Sure, got it. What do you want to do about the house? And what about all of your stuff? Do you want me to send it to you?
You would do that for me? Sure, that would be a big help. You're taking all of this pretty well, actually. I guess you've realized resistance would be futile.
Not really. It's just too much trouble to fight with you. Plus, it's harder for me to move out if all your crap is still in the house.
Hey now, don't pout just because you've lost some money. Half is still a pretty good amount after all. Try not to be so stingy in the future.
Sure, I'll remember that. Anyway, I took the day off tomorrow. I'll send all your stuff then.
And don't get all grumpy when you get the paperwork for the property split. It's just my legal right as your ex-husband.
Yeah, of course. I want everything to be fair and proper.
I'm so glad to hear you say that, Riley. Anyway, thanks for taking care of my stuff. Riley! Hey, I've been thinking, and why don't we actually cancel that divorce as soon as possible? What do you say?
But why? You're the one who decided to get divorced in the first place. Isn't it a little late in the game to be getting cold feet?
Well, I talked to the lawyer. It turns out you were right. He told me that I'm not actually entitled to any of your inheritance money.
Well, what do you know? So?
Well, since I filed for the divorce on my own and forced your signature, if you brought that up to the judge, you might be able to get the paperwork thrown out. So, what do you think? Let's stay married.
I get what you want, but I don't understand why you think I would ever do it. What possible benefit is there for me in doing something like that?
Didn't you say you didn't want to get divorced? I did what I did without talking to you. And you don't actually agree with what I did, right? So, petition the judge and get it cancelled, and we'll go back to how we were. We'll never mention this again.
I mean, yeah, you definitely did what you did without consulting me at all. But I'm not particularly bothered about the divorce itself right now.
What? But you said that you never wanted to get divorced, didn't you?
Yeah, originally. But if you ask me again now after I know about what you did and why, well, I'd say there's really no path forward for us as a couple. I don't really have any desire to get the divorce annulled and go back to being married to you.
Okay, hold on a second. Now I get what you're saying. But it really just doesn't work out that well for me.
Why not? This is what you wanted, isn't it? I didn't do anything here.
Yeah, I mean, you aren't technically wrong. But, like I said, I thought the inheritance was going to get split. So I already went and bought the new car.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. I don't have enough money to pay it off with just a 50-50 split of our regular assets. So I need you to help me.
You're the one that spent money that you didn't have. Sounds like a big case of not my problem.
How can you say it isn't your problem? Don't assets and debt both get split during a divorce? You actually have to pay regardless, so you're the one with all the money now anyway. So pay up.
You bought the car after you filed the divorce, though. So that means it has nothing to do with me. And I don't have to pay squat.
Wait, seriously?
But like I said before, you can go ahead and just think whatever you want. It's no sweat off my back.
Riley, please. I'm in a lot of trouble if I can't get my hands on that money. My mom signed on as my guarantor for the car. She's not going to be happy if they start asking her for money.
None of this has anything to do with me. Why don't you try crying to your parents? That makes way more sense than crying to your ex-wife.
Well, the thing is, I still haven't told them about the divorce. They definitely have no idea that I filed the paperwork without telling you. If they knew, there's no way they would have signed the loan with me.
All you've done this whole time is talk about yourself and your problems. You haven't even thought to apologize to me.
It's not that I haven't thought about it. I'm just kind of pressed for time right now.
Oh, okay. You're just pressed for time. That makes me feel better. You might be the most selfish person that I've ever met. It's got to the point where I'm almost desensitized to it.
I know you're completely in your right to say that right now. I know I've been terrible on basically every level. Okay? I acknowledge that. So will you please cancel the divorce? Or at least help me with the loan?
Well, here's the thing. You're overlooking something really huge here. Don't you realize what it was that you did? Do you really think that this is the time to be crying about a car loan? You've got bigger fish to fry right now. Get your head in the game.
What do you mean? That's the most pressing issue right now. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but to me, it's like a matter of life and death.
Yeah, we've established I don't care about your car problem. But what I'm saying is that the divorce filing should probably be an even bigger concern for you as well.
Are you still going on about that right now? I'm pretty sure I already apologized about that.
Well, the thing is that it's not exactly something you can just apologize about and it goes away. Didn't you tell me your friend forged my signature?
Yeah, so what?
So you forged a government document. That's a crime. A federal crime, in fact.
What? Are you kidding me with this right now?
I'm very serious, I assure you. And I'll report you. Or you can agree to paying me a decent alimony in private to keep quiet.
Oh, you're going to blackmail me, are you? Get out of here.
I'm serious. I don't think you realize exactly how much trouble you're in quite yet. So whether we take care of this privately or in court is going to depend entirely on you and your attitude from this point on. What's it going to be?
How about neither? Do you really think I have any money to settle anything?
I think you must not understand your position still. Otherwise, I have no idea why you're still trying to bluster about like you have any control.
Because it's like this. All you have to do is annul the divorce. If you do that, everything is solved.
Selfish to the bitter end. You seriously have no idea what you're saying, do you?
Who's the selfish one here? From the very beginning, you were the one who wanted to hog the inheritance all to yourself. If it hadn't been for that, none of this would have happened. I know you're trying to pretend like everything is my fault now, but you started this. I think you're the one who has no idea what you're saying.
Oh, you think getting angry at me is going to help you at this stage? As expected, there's really no telling you anything, is there?
Well, if you understood so well, then hurry up and annul the divorce. Do that and everything can go back to the way it was. I don't know why you always have to drag all this stuff out forever, but it really grinds my gears. Just do it already.
All right, that's it. I've had it. I'll send you some numbers later about what a fair alimony number might be.
What? You mean you're not going to cancel the divorce?
Even though we're divorced now, I guess I was still stupid to think that you could be reasoned with. As usual, it was a mistake to expect anything from you.
Please, I'm begging you. Look, if you still want to blame me for everything, then fine. I apologize. I'm going to rethink my whole life, okay? Just please, get the divorce annulled and give me the chance to fix everything.
Sorry, getting back together with someone who would divorce me for money is just not an option. Anyway, you should be happy. You hated being married to me, apparently. You wanted to divorce me so bad that you went behind my back and filed for divorce illegally. Well, smile, Harry. You're getting what you wanted. After that, I left the divorce as it was, of course. I couldn't really blackmail Harry to keep quiet about the forgery, but I let the threat hang over him. Saddled with that and his new car loan, Harry had no choice but to go running to his parents for help. His parents were appalled when they learned what happened. They apologized on his behalf, and then they actually promised to offer me a settlement if I would keep quiet. His parents seemed genuinely sorry, and I always liked them, so I agreed to their request. True to their word, they transferred the money right away. They even paid off that silly car, even though it's way out of Harry's price range, and are making him pay them back everything. Now that Harry was with that kind of debt, even if it is just to his parents, I can only hope that he is going to have a pretty difficult time of things for a while. I, on the other hand, am doing fine. I used a bit of my inheritance to move to a new place. I invested the rest as safely as possible, just like I originally intended, and am saving it for a time when I might really need it in the future. Now, free of Harry and the extra housework and hassle that came packaged with him, I'm completely free to focus on my work and enjoy being single.